He has been consistently calling the complainant from jail 130 times already. Yeah.
The only way for me to be able to ensure that the complaining witness is not called is to put him in segregation. I don't understand why you guys aren't filing additional charges anyways.
What happened?
Do you understand?
Oh, no, this is this guy.
Don't
Hold on.
contact.
Hold on, guys. We're going to go ahead and we have to fix this for the edit. Because this channel here, hold on. They tend to do the craziest long intro I've ever seen in my life, guys. Either way. Let's start here.
I have Mr. Avella here.
Hey.
We're here on Mr. Wiggins. I'll let him.
Something else happened?
So, Judge,
No.
he has been consistently calling the complainant from the VPO from jail. I believe at last check on Friday, it was...
It's going to be a woman.
March 26th, it was 130 times already.
No doubt.
So...
It's that toxic love.
Well, he's in custody. He's in custody.
No. Ag seg.
That's what it sounds
Ag
like.
seg.
Judge,
So privilege is revoked.
can we get Ramona to make a record for
Sure.
that? Okay.
So,
I'm up.
Judge...
I'm guessing this is like a domestic issue.
Oh.
Yeah.
We are going on the record. If you want to talk, please go outside. Okay, so guys, for the record, please announce yourselves. Stay.
Statement.
Anna Eady, E-A-D-Y, for Mr. Wiggins.
Nathaniel Meunier spelled M-U-N-I-E-R, also for the defense.
So hold on, before you get into anything, stay. You wanted to bring something to the court's attention.
Yes, Judge. So we had received a call that Mr. Wiggins was in violation of a protective order that was in this VPO, and that he was reaching out to the complainant witness in this case. We have checked the jail calls. Those jail calls show that since March 24th, which is of course after the October VPO, since just March 24th, we have 293 calls made to the complainant's phone number.
The complainant's
yesterday,
victim.
we had at
Is
least
that what you said?
28
Witness?
calls to that number.
So in one day, you're saying he made how many calls?
So yesterday, he attempted 28 calls to the complainant's phone.
There's just no way the prosecutor just casually threw out, yeah, he called 28 times yesterday. I mean, that's not even persistence. That is literally obsession with a capital O. I mean, if my phone rang that many times from the same inmate caller ID, I mean, I'd probably be throwing the whole phone away. And the craziest part is the judge is trying to do this the right way, but he's just making it impossible because he's probably using other inmates' pins to dodge restrictions.
That's exactly
It
what's
really just
happening.
blows my mind that somebody sitting in a jail cell has this much time and energy to harass somebody who wants nothing to do with them. I mean, this is the same kind of dude who will get confused when the court suddenly treats him like a real threat. But yeah, let's see how the judge handles this mess.
Yeah, guys, I'm almost positive it's going to end up being like that toxic love scenario where there are some people who definitely should not, under any circumstance, be together, at all. They commit all types of absolute atrocities towards each other. One of them ends up in jail because they're probably stronger. And then what ends up happening after that is what, guys? He then is like, hey, listen, I still love this person, right? That toxic love, and obsesses over this person. Not understanding that obviously everything is tracked in jail, bro. But either way,
So, Judge, I'm going to preface this conversation with...
he's definitely using other pins.
Miss Edie texted me about 10 minutes ago, so I came up on short notice on this. But my understanding is that there's no longer a protective order in fact, because it's been long enough. The protective order...
There's an order for him not to have any contact with her.
Oh,
Are
well,
those
that's
part
that.
of his bond conditions?
Yes.
Oh,
My client's
and he
not
knew
on
that.
bond.
Well, he's
Wait.
not supposed to have any contact with her whatsoever.
I understand, Judge, but the way that this court and other courts in the county have structured those conditions have been bond conditions, which my client is not on a bond. He is in custody. He has not broken
I
the
have
law.
ordered him, even though he's in custody, not to call her.
I understand, Judge.
Her.
Assuming that he had violated some form of a court order that is not a bond condition, I believe the appropriate remedy would be contempt, which would be a separate criminal proceeding. At the same time, for Miss Edie talked to me today, it sounds like that the court was going to order ag seg in the jail, so the formal
The only
term...
way that we can revoke phone privileges on someone is ag seg.
Yes, Judge. My issue with that is it is a It's a hammer when a scalpel is needed. So while I understand that the district attorney's office has alleged that my client is called a victim in this case, there's no protective order in place. The bond conditions are not in effect because he's not on bond, thus no crime has taken place. And third to that, Judge, if he's to move to AGSEG, he would not be able to make any phone calls, not just to the victim, but anyone, including counsel, which while we are here on a misdemeanor, he is in custody on a felony and relatively serious felonies, and not being able to...
What are the serious felonies?
I understand your plight,
Yes, Judge.
but there are other remedies for you to be able to communicate. Letters, in person. But the only way for me to be able to ensure that the complaining witness is not called is to put him in segregation. That's the only way.
Judge, the problem is nobody would be able to call, including our office as well as his felony attorneys. Letters through the jail are notoriously slow. A letter to my mother, who lives in the same city, takes 4 days. Add in the jail you're taking over
And
a
I'm
week.
willing to put him on the docket one time a week so you guys can have contact.
Which the problem is, Judge, we would no longer be able to have any form of private contact, and that would only take care of the misdemeanor and not the felony. And not to be impolite, Judge, him having conversations with us are saying, hey, what's going on with the felony? And any jail visits that take place in AGSEG are actually recorded. They're notified by counsel going through the door that those calls are being recorded.
I don't have any other option to not
Well,
prevent
Judge,
phone calls.
this would violate my client's 5th, 6th, 8th, and 14th, off the top of my head, constitutional rights. Right? Self-incrimination, because every conversation is going to be monitored going in and out of the jail. Because they're going
This
to
is
be
why
recorded.
lawyers get a
The
bad
jail
rap,
visits,
guys.
You will no longer be able to have private visitation
This
inside
right
the
here.
courthouse.
Okay, so now the defense is trying to say, well, technically, which is always just hilarious when the judge is already annoyed. He's basically saying, since his client isn't technically on bond, the don't contact the victim rule shouldn't apply. But
Right.
brother, I mean, you called her 300 times.
That's a
I don't
little
care if
excessive,
you're on
guys.
bond, off bond, or on Jupiter. I mean, the rule is pretty obvious. It reminds me of little kids saying, I didn't touch you, while hovering their hand in your face. Like, it's pretty much the same thing. And you just know the judge is sitting there thinking, I cannot believe I have to listen to this with a straight face. I mean, growing up playing basketball, I've dealt with plenty of people who said, I didn't break the rules technically. I think we've all dealt with somebody like that. I mean, it's just always
Right,
infuriating.
It is, and that's like my problem right here. Truthfully, here, it's like, listen, bro, you got caught calling this woman, over 200 times. Okay, you're confused. Why specific? We're talking about the complaining witness, right? The person who's most likely the reason why you're in jail, right? And you're calling her consistently. You're surprised that your phone privileges are going to be revoked almost permanently? Don't be surprised. And the lawyer's trying to fight this. I don't know about that.
You can pull them out. You can have private visitation in the rooms
It's
there.
not about me, Judge. It's about felony court. It's a serious issue. But that's the
Why are you worried about felony court?
Because that's why he's in, Judge.
Tell me the
That's
charges.
also in because of ours. Our bonds are $60,000.
I understand,
he
Judge,
did
but
something.
the reason that this is taking as long as it is, and it's been taken as serious as it is because he's in
60,000.
custody on a felony. And this court making him to where he cannot participate fully with counsel is...
There are other means for you guys to participate, but I've ordered you not to have contact with her. You've called her now over 300 times. I don't understand why you guys aren't filing additional charges anyways.
Let's do that. He's not learning.
Sorry, Judge, I missed the last statement. I'm
The
sorry.
only way that I can prevent him from making 300 phone calls is to
Stop his
put
access.
him in another wing.
I was going to talk with the DA, and obviously, if my client's making these calls, and that's an if, he's dialing a single number.
If?
The jail's numbers can be easily blocked. I've done it on my cell phone numerous times when I've changed cell phones. Over the weekend, last weekend, I had 15 jail calls from one client. And as annoying as that is, it's very easy to block it on your cell phone. And I assume
But he's
victim
still
could do
doing
the
it,
same.
though.
I have not heard anything from the state.
Tell the victim.
Why does the victim specifically have to do any of these things? Okay. This is the person that is in jail. The judge is basically giving him an order not to basically have any contact with her. And yet he is consistently doing it. Why does she have to block the number? He shouldn't be doing it. He's in jail.
What to do, Nathan? I'm not going to say, can you please block your number so we can't call you?
The least restrictive means, Judge. Strict scrutiny dealing with
I have
constitutional rights.
no other way to prevent him from making phone calls.
Well, this feels like the
I
school
have-
of Saul Goodman.
Acquiesced to you guys before, and I have admonished him before. Please don't. We put you in seg. Last time, you were there a month. You came here begging and pleading, I'm not going to do it, I'm not going to do it. And now we have 300 phone calls. So I don't know what else to do. But now back in accent.
I'm going to sprinkle the word allegedly to the phone calls because it's the kind of thing where records would exist that have not been provided to the defense by the state.
Do you have the records?
Well, I mean, I got them. I just have to get I have to do the form, so I get them up with the book. Yeah.
Okay, so let's set up a formal hearing because I don't want. You're right. I don't want to give you state the benefit of the doubt without him actually actually seeing it and seeing that the phone calls were actually made. So let's set up for a formal hearing. How soon can you get him the evidence?
I mean, it could be tomorrow. It'll be a few days.
And if we could keep him in normal population so that we could visit him, as does his felony counsel, and they can
Wiggins, I'm going to have you sign an affidavit from today promising me you're not going to reach out to the complaining witness in this case by any means. If
He's
you
going
do,
to immediately.
I can have a contempt hearing, and every single time it's punishable by up to 6 months in jail and a $500 fine per the advice of your lawyer. Because he thinks this is the correct avenue instead of ag-seg. Do you understand? No. Don't contact the complaining witness. Don't use anyone else to contact the complaining witness. Don't use anyone else's number to contact the complaining witness.
I'm going to rephrase what he just said. That means calls going through third
Do you have
parties.
to
So if
rephrase
you call
it?
mom and have mom call her,
Oh.
that's against the rules. If you call mom and have mom forward the call, that's
You have to
against the rules.
rephrase it.
I said real.
And now we're down to a signed promise. The judge basically has to give him one last put it in writing moment before he can legally hammer him if he calls again. And I'm gonna be honest, watching him swear he won't call after he already blew past 300 calls is kind of hilarious. Like, bro, you didn't listen to your original rules, but
Not at
sure,
all.
I guess a piece of paper will fix everything here. But yeah,
No,
you can
it
tell
won't.
Judge Fleischer is trying to stay patient. But even he's thinking there is just no way this man is sticking to this. And honestly, guys, do you guys think he's genuinely going to stop here? I mean, I doubt it, but let's see how this one wraps up.
No, I have no
This is
faith.
the affidavit that you're going to sign promising me you're not going to contact her or the complaining witness in
the lawyer
any
is
of my
smiling.
misdemeanor cases. Do you understand? But just get it as soon as you can, get it to them. Have a hearing on Monday to see whether he's actually making the phone calls that we ordered him not to.
This is you swearing that you will not make these calls.
And let it be clear that it truly have no least restrictive means than to deny his ability to make phone calls to the complaining witness. There really is no less restrictive means.
No, you're
So
right.
My understanding is that the jail can prevent Mr. Wiggins' SPIN number from calling.
It doesn't matter. He's
And
using
the
other
last time,
people.
he used someone else's SPIN number to make the phone call.
That was last
So,
That
well, we'll see this time.
the lawyer says, well, that was last time.
I don't know.
Guys,
Okay,
come on.
all right.
Just for the record, Mr. Wiggins, I want you to make this aware that this is the court having you swear, which is legally binding, that you will not be making any calls. And if you violate this sworn oath, then that is punishable under the law. You understand?
Sure.
Okay. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ed. See you Monday.
I wanted to approach on Mr. Wiggins.
Yeah. Sure.
So, and police come out to approach him, and I was in the process of getting the call and everything, and I was informed that they were able to just block the number in the jail.
Okay.
So, and I wanted to just kind of enforce.
But he uses other people's SPIN numbers to make the calls.
Right.
So
That's
even
almost
if
a guaranteed.
And so,
you, allegedly.
right.
Right. Allegedly.
So essentially, the reason that I wanted to approach is first of all to let you know that I still haven't gotten the calls. I'm not sure what the ETA on that is.
We said it for Monday, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And I just wanted to let you know. I mean, from the state's perspective, when I talked to Jason, when I talked to my superiors, when our act was to block the number, and I wanted to now let you know that has happened. Thankfully, in the last however many days, there's been no calls to that number at all from the jail. So I wanted to make you aware of that as well.
Can they
Okay.
block the whole phone number so that no one with any SPIN number can access it?
I can certainly ask.
I think that would be the
I
option.
think that would be optimal.
Because, what we had here and the last time is the way that they were doing, what he was doing allegedly was he was using other people's SPIN numbers or SID numbers or whatever it is to be able to make the phone calls.
And, when I was looking through the records, I didn't see any spin swapping because I ran obviously her number by itself. I didn't see any spin swapping recently. I understand that was an issue before. And we hadn't blocked, I guess I would blocked her at the number since October or anything like that. So I didn't want to let you know, just because I know that we have that hearing and everything, and I wanted to let you know that, from our perspective, our ask was kind of met, so I wanted to, just kind of be a
So you don't want to go through with the hearing? Is that what you're saying?
I think that our concern and what the state's ask was initially was met. So I understand obviously for you.
Before you
Okay,
do
so
that,
he's trying
make
now.
sure that they can't use someone else's spin to make a phone call. Because if he can,
He's
then
going to.
I think we're still in the same boat.
Right.
Because that was the problem before. You're going to block him now, but if he can still, do it in another way. Yeah. And then just, I guess, let me know between now and then,
And my understanding is that since Monday, no one from the jail has called that number, not just Mr. Wiggins. So there hasn't been any spin swapping since Monday.
Right, but it was never supposed to be.
I understand, Judge. I just,
Yeah, and I more so just wanted to, be candid that was what our ask was initially. Okay. So,
Well, just let me know. I mean, ask that question. I think that's the most operative question at the time, and then we'll see what they say.
okay. Thank you, Judge.
Okay, guys. Okay. So basically, what you're saying is that there's someone that is walking around that has basically been arrested for similar things with the same, what it sounds like, witness specifically. And every time he gets locked up, for the most part, he then bombards her with phone calls. Again, this is kind of why I'm saying this definitely feels a lot like the idea of toxic love. Kind of even before I even realized that this person that that he was calling all these times was most likely his girlfriend, right? That probably gets tired of him, right, and puts him in jail. That's kind of what's going on here. He kind of exudes that energy, but obviously this is just my opinion here. What would I do, right? I think in the context of this here, I would put him into solitary confinement. That's it, right? I mean, if I have an option to completely remove him from, like, I guess the general population of the jail itself and have it so he has no literal access to any type of phone call, then that's kind of what needs to happen here, right? And that's kind of where I'm at right there specifically. I think that he needs to be away from phones. He needs to be like 100% away from the people, specifically if he's able to be like, hey, can I please borrow your PIN number to utilize it for a phone call? Guys, no. Listen, I know you based off your comment, at least, it does sound like you kind of want to remove all actions away from the other person. That's kind of the vibe I get from the comment. But a lot of the times when these scenarios are happening in households, it's coming from both sides, but one side is more physical, the other one is more emotional and like psychological, right? But yeah, if he put his hands on her, obviously he put himself in to some type of jail, into the jail, obviously, but she keeps taking him back. Why? Right? Why? Because he's just going to end up back in jail again, to the point where he then bombards her with phone calls all day long. That's kind of the gist, at least, I take from that right there. Do I think he's going to be able to help himself? Nah, bro. I don't think he's going to be able to get any type of like actual assistance in jail in the context. I think he, like, accountability again has been removed from him completely. I don't think that he has the ability to like mentally kind of crawl himself out of this scenario here.
Guys, do you want to watch movies with me? I never actually thought to like promote it over here, guys. But if you guys do want to watch it, guys, we have hundreds of movies, and I mean hundreds of movies that we've reacted to. You guys can come watch them with me if you want to, along with many TV shows. Currently we're working on the show Dexter, along with Vikings, and we have a lot of series that are already completed. But if you guys do want to watch it with me, the link is in the description. Everything's available at the second tier. But of course, if that's not your thing, guys, don't worry, right? Listen, like and subscribe.